Good day. Today, Thursday, September 15, 2022. Russia, the USA providing Kyiv with longer-range missiles, would pass a red line. Maria Zakharova, a spokeswoman for Russia's overseas ministry, stated on Thursday that if the U.S. determined to grant Kyiv with longer-range missiles, that would move a red line, and the U.S. would then emerge as a birthday celebration to the conflict, Reuters is reporting. Ukraine is already the usage of USA-made high-mobility artillery rocket structures, simply now not US-made longer-range missiles. Maria Zakharova brought that Russia reserves the proper to shield its territory. Volodymyr Zelensky's domestic city, Kryvyi Rih, is experiencing immoderate flooding after 8 Russian missiles struck hydraulic buildings alongside the Ingulets River in a centered assault that aligns with Ukraine's issues that Russia will proceed to gull Ukraine's infrastructure and retribution for its success in regaining occupied territory. Footage shared on Telegram and social media suggests streets and downstream settlements flooded after the Ingulets River broke its banks. In his nightly video address, the Ukrainian president said, "Everything is being accomplished to take away the penalties of, but any other vile Russian act." Governor Russians are diving in Luhansk Oblast. The Russian-occupied Luhansk Oblast regrettably ought to now not count on a swift liberation as considered in the Kharkiv Oblast, Serhiy Haidai, governor of the Luhansk Oblast, stated on Thursday. They are preparing to safeguard themselves. The Russians are diving in at Svetovo and Troitsk, Haidai compassed on wire, referring to 2 settlements in his oblast. Weighty fighting goes on in numerous headings, which remember for the Luhansk district. The Kharkiv moment situation will now not be rehashed. Haidai stated Russian troops had been now gathering guys in prisons. "We should battle in tents for our locale," Haidai said. "The Russians are preparing for the guard." Today so far. The president of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, is in Kyiv this morning to meet with the Ukrainian president, Volodymyr Zelensky, and Ukraine's High Minister, Denis Shmyhal. Zelensky, in his most memorable in-person take care of getting in a minor vehicle crash yesterday, presented von der Leyen with the honor of the top of the line of the request for Yaroslav the Wise. Another Russian missile has hit Kryvyi Rih, simply barely a half a day after 8 Russian missiles took out hydraulic constructions alongside the Ingulets River, inflicting large flooding. Today's missile strike hit an industrial website, and the destruction is serious, stated Alexander Vilkel, the head of the Kryvyi Rih Navy Administration. Dmytro Kuleba, Ukraine's overseas minister, referred to the assault on the Kryvyi Rih hydraulic constructions as a conflict crime and an act of terror. Beaten by using the Ukrainian Navy on the battlefield, Russian cowards are now at fighting with our imperative infrastructure and civilians, Kuleba said. Russia is a terrorist nation and has to be acknowledged as such. Russian Deputy Top Minister Alexander Novak stated on Thursday that Russian gasoline exports to the European Union would decline through 50 billion cubic meters this 12 months, so 1/3 of closing year's complete Russian fuel exports to the EU, Interfax information employer is reporting. Last year, Russia exported about 150 billion cubic meters in fuel to the EU. Should the U.S. determine to furnish Kyiv with longer-range missiles, that would go a red line, and the U.S. would then end up a birthday celebration to the conflict, Russia's overseas ministry stated Thursday. Ukraine is already the use of U.S.-made high-mobility artillery rocket structures, simply no longer U.S.-made longer-range missiles. Ukraine's national border protection provider rescued 5 young adults who had been locked in a basement for 7 days by using Russian troops in the currently liberated town of Kupiansk in the Kharkiv region. The teenagers, 4 ladies and a boy aged 15 to 17, are all college students of the Equal Instructional Institute. They stated Russian troopers had locked them in the basement, except for an explanation. They are secure now, the national border protection provider stated on Telegram. The Russian president, Vladimir Putin, is in Samarkand in Uzbekistan, the place he is going to the Shanghai Collaboration Association culmination, and has met China's leader, Xi Jinping. The Russian information company TASS is carrying some costs from the Russian president. In a pointed rebuke to the U.S., he informed attendees, attempts to create a unipolar world have currently taken on a sincerely unsightly structure and are without a doubt unacceptable for the great majority of states on the planet. TASS charges Xi, announcing that the world is going through colossal adjustments unheard of in history, and that Russia and the People's Republic of China would work collectively to set an instance of an accountable world strength and play a main function in bringing such a swiftly altering world onto a route of sustainable and high-quality development. Putin stated that change turnover between China and Russia had multiplied with the aid of 35% final year. Thanks for watching and subscribing to the channel.